Hola muchachos, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Aquí tienen las instrucciones para el día de hoy, lunes el 25 de octubre. Your homework for today was to continue working on your Dia de los Muertos project, the ofrendas, and the written descriptions to go along with them. Core workbook pages 16 and 17, along with the guided workbook page 33, was your other homework assignment due for today. Your learning target is to read, listen to, and understand information about extracurricular activities. And your warm-up question is to indicate what activities, extracurricular activities you participate in and why. ¿En qué actividades extracurriculares participas y por qué? For example, después de las clases yo practico voleibol porque me gusta jugar deportes. O porque es divertido, o porque me gusta pasar tiempo, me gusta estar con mis amigos. So pick any one of these examples or create your own example, modify it, to answer that question about what activities you like to participate in after school and why. Workbook pages 16, 17 on the core side, and then guided page 33 was your homework for today. And we're going to go over this together in class, but just really briefly what you were being asked to do, you're referring to the vocabulary on pages 42 and 43. 42 and 43 we covered last class. Page 42 has the key vocabulary from Spanish 1 in terms of the places you like to go and the activities you like to do. And this is exactly what you were using for page 16 on the core side. So fill in the first blank with the verb that's pictured, the activity, and then the second blank will be the location at which you do that activity. And again, all that vocabulary is on page 42 of the textbook. For page 17, core, you're filling in the blanks with the correct form of the verb ir. That can be found on page 43. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Part B is using the ir, a infinitive construction. Ir conjugated according to the subject, and then a stays as, always going to include a regardless, and then infinitive is going to be the activity, the verb that you're going to do. So you're going to respond to all of these with the correct form of ir to begin, and then a, and then the infinitive like trabajar, jugar golf, correr, dormir, jugar videojuegos. Guided page 33 would be the very last page. Pretty straightforward. You have the conjugations of the verb ir there again. Pick the form that best matches the subject in each sentence. And do the same thing. The first blank is going to be the verb ir conjugated. The second blank is going to be just a. Alright, so that was your homework due for today. Today we're going to go over the key vocabulary on page 46 and 47. Pull up the agenda again for you. We're going to go over the vocabulary on pages 46 and 47. Everything that has a label next to it, or picture next to it, is key vocabulary that you're responsible for taking in your notes. This is just going to expand on the vocabulary we looked at last year in terms of your extracurricular involvement in the visual arts, in the performing arts, in sports. That's page 46. 47, you have some hobbies and interests for those of you that are big on technology and computers. And then some other miscellaneous sports vocabulary. We're going to do the listening practice. Sí o no. For those of you at home, you can click on the audio in the e-textbook and listen to the prompts. And for each prompt, write lógico, if the prompt is logical, makes sense, or no es lógica, not logical, if the vocabulary used in context doesn't really make sense. Lógico or ilógico, that's exercise 2 on page 47. And lastly, we're going to watch the video and read the script for the story Después de las clases on pages 48 and 49. Después de las clases features Pedro, Lisa, Angelica, y Esteban. You're going to be answering these questions about what they're into in terms of their extracurricular involvement. ¿Dónde están los estudiantes? We're on page 49. ¿Dónde están los estudiantes means where are the students? Where are they located? ¿Y de qué hablan? What are they talking about? ¿En qué actividad participa Esteban? ¿Y cuánto tiempo hace que es miembro? What activities does Esteban participate in, and how long has he been a member? ¿Cuáles son las actividades extracurriculares de Lisa? What extracurriculars does Lisa participate in? ¿Qué prefiere hacer Angelica? What activities, extracurricular activities, does Angelica prefer, and which ones? ¿Por qué trabaja Pedro? Why does Pedro work? ¿En qué lecciones toma Pedro? What lessons does he take? ¿Dónde? Where? And es bueno. Is he good? So don't stress so much on how to put these together in a full, complete sentence. I would recommend just pulling from the text where you think the correct answers to each of these questions can be found. We'll go over those together in class, those responses, and that is the last activity for today. Your only homework is to continue working on your Dia de los Muertos project. A reminder that you're creating an ofrenda, something that looks similar to this. An ofrenda is an offering with a series of items that you think your chosen person would enjoy as they descend from the land of the dead to the land of the living. So remember, 5 items is the key number. Any combination of pictures, letters, flowers, food, drink, candles, and then you're going to do a written component to this. In English is totally fine. You don't need to do it in Spanish, but you're going to write about what the symbolism is behind each of those items. Make sure to have that ready and submit it in Canvas by next Tuesday. Tuesday, November 2nd, if you're a B-Day student. Monday, November 1st, if you're an A-Day student. Okay, muchachos, that is the agenda for today. No other homework outside of your project. Hasta luego y nos vemos en clase. Chao, muchachos.